If you want to learn something about God, shut your mouth and listen to me for a minute.
Many children healed. We've seen midgets grow. We've seen arms and legs that stop growing because the growth cells had stopped. Manda basata. I don't make this stuff up.
Behold, the atheist's nightmare.
That's the power of the Holy Ghost!
Why do they teach every other theory in science except creation?
Warlocks are enemies of God.
No one's ever going to convince me that the Word of God is not true.
You know, if you put Jesus Christ first, that he'll look after all your bills.
And so the devil said, okay, it's a deal.
And if you want to tell me how to live my life, it better line up with the Word of God or shut your mouth.
I'm loaded. I'm pregnant with miracles.
What do you believe?
Send us the cash.
Welcome to the Bible Dumb Podcast. This is the podcast where two atheists read the Bible aloud from Genesis to Revelation. I am your host, Davey Hell.
And I'm Jessie Hill.
And as always, special thank you to executive producer Terry Lynn Bradford. We are back at it again. It's been a week, but I feel like I've forgotten everything.
Yeah.
Do you remember what we talked about last time?
I remember we went through the family tree.
Yeah.
And there was one guy who did not live long. Don't know what he did, but everybody else lived a pretty long time.
Yeah. And then our final guy, Noah.
Noah, yeah.
Noah's Ark.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Like one of the most important stories gets like, at least from what I've always heard, it got like 2 paragraphs. Most of these stories are like pretty short.
Yes.
Which is like perfect podcast length. So
yeah,
it's working out good, I think.
Remind me, the Noah, did he have 2 children?
I had 3 children.
Okay. I'm remembering the drunken night. And
yes, that was
it Ham?
Best part of that
I forgot
story.
the 3 Stooges.
Yeah,
okay,
Ham.
it's all coming back. Ham caught Daddy Noah, drank too much, passed out naked, and he went and grabbed his brothers, was like, ah, and Ham's son got punished.
That's right.
Okay.
I think that's pretty much all of it.
What is Ham's son's name?
Canaan. Canaan.
Canaan.
Canaan's what I've been saying.
Okay. Yes. I thought you said Hannon.
So, I peeked ahead just so that we could see what we were reading about this time. And it looks like, next up, no time wasted, right into another big one.
Okay.
The Tower of Babel.
Okay.
Ring any bells?
I mean, I've heard it, but I have absolutely no idea what it means.
No idea about the story?
No.
What's in store? Any guesses?
It sounds like it's going to be a major city, the first major city.
Oh, good. Okay. That sounds plausible.
That's what I envision, because I envision a big city with a big tower.
Yeah, like Babylon, right?
Yeah.
I think that's probably where that comes from.
Probably.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Babel and Babylon are the same place. Maybe they're not. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. All right, you want to jump into it?
Let's go.
All right, we're on chapter 10. That's pretty good. We're making progress.
We are.
All right, chapter 10. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer.
What?
The first Gomer.
Gomer.
And Gomer and his brother Goober. Not really. Reminds me of Jabal and Jubal, though. All right. The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog.
Oh, okay. One brother got the really cool name, and one brother just...
Yeah.
Sounds like he lives out of a trash can.
Gomer? Or Magog?
Gomer. Gomer's definitely a trash can kid.
Yeah. Magog sounds like a Tolkien name. It sounds like Melkor,
it's like
Morgoth.
Power.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Magog's powerful name,
Yeah.
for sure. Cool. I'd much rather be a Magog than a Gomer.
Heck yeah.
All right, but there's more names. We got more. He had a bunch of sons. So
Oh,
the sons
okay.
of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshech, and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, Elishah, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. We're doing this again.
Okay.
Apparently. I thought we were done with the begats. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families, in their nations. So Gentiles, that's... I thought Gentiles was like the Jewish name for those who are not Jewish.
That's what I
Everybody
thought.
else is Gentiles.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what
I don't know why these people are Gentiles then. I don't know what it means in this context. I guess because they're the sons of Japheth, because this next section says, and the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, Hevelah, and Sabta, and Ra'amah, and Sabtachah, and the sons of Ra'amah, Sheba, and Dedan. Cush is a good one. I like Cush. And Cush begat Nimrod.
Oh.
I would have thought Nimrod would have been Gomer's son.
Yeah, me too.
And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth.
Okay.
All right, Nimrod.
Good job, Nimrod.
Everybody else? Weaklings. Nimrod's mighty. He's a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod the mighty hunter before the Lord. Whoa. He was such a good hunter that people said, hey, there goes a good hunter. Nimrod. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashur, and builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calah. And Resen between Nineveh and Calah, the same is a great city. And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Anamim, and Lahabim, and Naphtuhim, and Pathrusim, and Casluhim, out of whom came Philistim, and Caphtorim. Oh boy, this is
brutal.
This is sounding like Balin, son of Dalin, son of Durin.
Yeah. At least Tolkien kept it short and interesting.
Yeah, just a couple names.
Yeah.
Son. Definitely kept it more interesting than
Yeah.
this. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgasite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite.
Am I expected to keep up with all of this?
I don't think so. I
Okay,
think we're
good,
just
'cause
going
I'm
through.
not.
No, I mean they're not even. I don't even know if we're talking about places or people right now. But we're just gonna plow right on. I think we're places. And the Arvadite, and the Zimmerite, and the Hamathite, and afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, Canaanites. I guess they're the tribe that came from Canaan.
Oh, yeah.
And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar, unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom, and Gomorrah, and Admah, and Zeboim, even unto Lasha. Now, we got some places here.
Yeah.
And you recognize any?
The Sodom and
Yeah,
what was it?
Gomorrah.
Gomorrah.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
It's a girl from the Marvel movie, right?
Oh, Gomorrah? Yeah. Spelled differently, but yeah,
Oh,
you're
okay,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, good call. I wonder if there was any like relation, like if the creator had something like that in mind, because they are all those titans from Marvel Comics. Like I think she was the daughter of Thanos, and they were all kind of based off of mythology.
was
Jack
the-
Kirby was like totally into.
She was the green girl, right?
Yeah.
Or was she the blue girl?
She was Green Girl,
Green girl.
total badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was cool. All right, so but in this context, Sodom and Gomorrah. Anything else?
I don't know.
They'll come back.
I know I've like heard that it's a story, but I don't really know what the story is.
Cool. And then it also said unto Gaza. So like the Gaza Strip.
No,
Still fighting over that place.
Mm-hmm.
All right. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. Unto Shem also the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth the elder, even to him were children born. Even Shem got laid, had some kids. Shem, the afterthought. The children of Shem, Elam, and Assahur, and Aphaxad, and Lud, and Aram, and the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mash. There are some good names here. I like Mash.
Some surprises.
And Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. And Joktan begat Almodad, and Sheleph, and Hazarmaveth, and Jerah, and Hadoram, and Uzal, and Diklah, and Obal,
Whoa.
and Abimael, and Sheba. I know Sheba.
Yes.
I've heard Sheba.
I've heard Sheba.
I mean, I couldn't tell you one thing about Sheba, but I've heard the name.
I've heard the name.
And Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab, Jobab, and these were the sons of Joktan. And their dwelling was from Mesha, as thou goest unto Sephar, a mount of the east. These are the sons of Shem after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, in their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood.
That's pretty good. I mean, that's a good end right there, you know?
Yeah. Into chapter 10. I mean, so Noah's kids, they had lots and lots of kids. They all divided out. They're all living around, doing their own stuff.
I mean, you really didn't have to list out everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm glad we got Mash and Magog and, and Gomer and Cush. We got some good guys.
Gomer makes a reappearance?
I don't think so.
Oh, I want to hear Gomer.
I would be surprised if Gomer has a good story coming up. Maybe.
You think that's why there's so many people in the South named Gomer?
I mean, I wouldn't think that Gomer would be a biblical name, but I guess it is. Keep an ear out for Goober. All right. Let's get to the tower already. All right. Chapter 11. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. Nice.
Slime.
We got brick. We got slime. Where are they getting slime?
I don't.
No, Nickelodeon was not around. And they said, Go to.
Just not know what concrete was? Like, isn't it concrete?
Well, they're like
Or I guess
baking bricks or baking rocks and making bricks, and I mean, I guess they're just using like mud. Yeah, slime, mud.
Slime. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, probably mud. Yeah.
Yeah, it dries
Okay.
up and seals it together. Yeah.
Sure. Slime.
And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do.
Okay, I feel like God really took a turn from the Garden of Eden, where he's like setting all these rules, and now he's like,
Yeah, have at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know what he said right there. Nothing will be strained for them, which they have imagined to do. Yeah, so they're just,
feel like he's
they're
like,
industrious,
yeah,
they're cool, they're...
explore and create, and you have the freedom.
It's like,
right?
They are badasses. Look, they're building a tower all the way up to heaven.
Is that what they're trying to do?
That's what they're trying to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So God said, wow, look at what all they're doing.
How the hell? How are they working together so well if they can't understand each other?
They can.
Oh.
Everybody spoke one language, and God said, wow, look at this. They're building this thing. They're awesome. They're doing so good. I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to confound their language so they can't understand anybody. He's just
he's doing the opposite. Okay.
He's just coming and sabotage.
Not cool, dude.
Not cool. But why? Why would he do that?
I guess he's jealous that they're doing so much.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did there confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
Okay, I didn't think that it was going to be that, but...
Yeah, so, this is kind of the story why everybody speaks different languages.
Okay.
That's where this comes from.
Okay.
But I thought we were going to get an explanation of why. He just didn't, it sounded like he was saying, wow, look at how good they're doing.
They're doing too good. I've got to make it more challenging. Dude, do you know how easy my job would be if everybody spoke the same language?
Yeah, I bet. Sometimes I wish I didn't speak the same language of some of the people at my job.
Well,
I'd probably get a lot more done if there was less talking at my job.
It's just unnecessary.
Yeah.
Unnecessary difficulties.
Yeah, way to go, God.
That was a mistake.
It was a monkey wrench that I don't think they deserved. But I think I've heard similar myths before too about people building a ladder to heaven, trying and then it being destroyed because they're too prideful or whatever. They think they can get to the same level as God or whatever, so he smashes everything.
Okay, so
I think I've heard stories like that before. I didn't get much of a description of the tower. I mean, the ark
You're not getting through the atmosphere. Wouldn't God know that?
I mean, God's just a dude walking around, right? At least he was in Eden.
He was. I guess now. Is he in heaven now?
I guess. They said they were going to build the tower up to heaven.
Okay.
Moving on. These are the generations of Shem. Back to it. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 35 years and begat Salah. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Salah 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Salah lived 30 years and begat Aber. And Salah lived after he begot Aber 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Aber lived 430 years and begat Peleg. Everybody's living 430 years.
430.
I think
where it was about 900 before, Except that one guy that was like 300 years.
Yeah. Well, they're
Go
getting
on.
lazy too. Like they're all living the same. Like Moses is just like, I'm tired of the arithmetic. They're all gonna live 430 years from now on. In the beginning, he was like, okay, they had 130 years, and then they had a kid, and then they had 830 years, and so they lived 960 years. It's like showing off early arithmetic skills. Now he's done.
Yeah.
All right. Peleg. And Aber lived after he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years and begat Reu. And Peleg lived after he begat Reu 209 years and begat sons and daughters. And Reu lived 32 years and begat Serug.
What happened to the tower? Are we done with the tower?
I think we're already done with the tower. I think it just got blown
There's
up.
No way.
We're done. That's it. That's the whole Tower of Babel story.
Okay.
This is so overrated. Like these stories,
They're 2 sentences. I want more information.
I know. I thought I was going to say that earlier. Like in the Ark, we got like a blueprint. We got 1 window, 1 door, 3 stories. All they said was
Yeah,
that the tower was high.
Okay, maybe it keeps going. Maybe it catches up.
And Reu lived after he begat Serug 207 years and begat sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years and begat Nahor. And Serug lived after he begat Nahor 200 years and begat sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 920 years and begat Terah.
Is this the first time we're talking about daughters?
No, it's always said begat
Oh.
sons and daughters.
Okay.
Yeah. And just, they don't get names. And Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran begat Lot. Now Lot is a name I know that's going to come back.
Okay.
I've heard that. And Haran died before his father Terah.
You've heard it a lot.
I've heard a lot. In a land of his nativity in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah. But Sarai was barren. She had no child.
This was Abraham's wife, right? It just said.
Not Abraham, Abram.
Oh, different guy.
I guess different. I guess we'll find out. Sarai was barren, she had no child. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelt there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. All right.
All right. There's. Okay.
Not a lot to talk about there.
No. I thought this was going to be way more interesting.
Well, that's where you would be wrong. You'd think maybe it would be, but afraid not.
The other books you read to me, I have a lot more to say about those.
I'm trying to go fast through these names, but they just keep coming. Maybe that'll be the last one.
I hope so.
Sounds like we're getting into important people. I've heard a lot. I've heard of Abram. I don't know if that's different from Abraham. I'm guessing it is.
Surely.
So that's the end of chapter 11. Let's go on to chapter 12. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed.
Oh, I kind of spaced out. What did he say?
God just picks random people and he just fucking loves. Like he's just like, Noah, you're great.
Yeah.
I like you. Same with Abram. He just said, Abram, you are so cool. If people do good things to you, they're blessed. If they do bad things to you, they're cursed. Lots of curses in the Bible, by the way. Lots of curses. So he's just saying Abram's cool.
Okay.
Abram's cool, dude.
All right. I immediately don't trust him.
You think he's going to be a bad guy?
Well, I'm just...
It's been a while since we've had a bad guy. I mean, I guess we had the snake, and then we had everybody that wasn't Noah. I mean, God's kind of been the bad guy so far. He's just like busting down their tower, exiling everybody, cursing
Seriously,
everybody.
the tower's gone? We're done with the tower?
Tower's done. It's over.
This is insane.
We are just...
Okay.
I mean, I don't understand why some of these stories live on
I don't either.
for so many years that like we're still talking about the Tower of Babel. Like, why? How did that capture anybody's imagination? Like, it was just like 2 sentences and done.
Yeah, I don't know how. I don't like. I feel like you would just skim over it.
I mean, I have over here The Expanse by James S.A. Corey. It was like an Amazon show. It's this awesome sci-fi series, big long
Yeah, I read
thing.
the first book.
He has awesome titles for his books. The first is called Leviathan Wakes.
Yes, I had no idea what Leviathan was.
So like
I've
a
heard it's
Leviathan's like a whale. It's like a giant sea monster.
Okay.
Like they all have like these kind of like
It's a
biblical...
Bible reference, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I had no idea the end of the book. I'm like, well, when did what was it?
Leviathan.
Leviathan. When did they wake up? Where were they?
Yeah.
So I was like, it's a Bible reference, dude.
But like, so I was looking at them today and I saw that we have that book like 6 is called Babylon's Ashes.
Oh.
So like, I was thinking like, oh yeah, this Babel, Tower of Babel gets destroyed by God and Babylon's ashes. Maybe this is like a cool reference for like what's left over after the destruction. Like, I don't know. Like, same thing with Cain and Abel. Like, I had in my head like this image of like, you know, Abel getting bashed in the head and like you said, lying in the dirt, bleeding out. But we didn't get any of that stuff. Just dry as can be.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, I guess it's kind of cool that people can take like these like 2 or 3 line stories and then turn them into whatever they want and expand on it and make like whole books out of 2 or 3 lines. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. But it's just like you said, it's like make whatever they want out of it. Like, you can tell that's what these people are doing. They're just like, they're like, Adam and Eve, they ate the apple they weren't supposed to. Original sin. Yeah, everybody's born bad. That's why you should do what I say.
Yeah.
And come confess your sins to me and give me your money.
I mean, you could take the Tower of Babel too, and you can turn it into why, when you live in America, you must speak English, and you shouldn't be speaking Spanish in America.
Oh yeah,
it's America.
we shouldn't bother becoming bilingual.
Mhm.
No, we have to have one national language. Yeah, true. I mean,
You can use it for good by telling fun stories, and you
Well,
can use
also-
it for bad by being racist.
well, it also goes to show that you can get a lesson from any story. Like, it doesn't have to be some holy book from thousands of years ago. It could be Lord of the Rings.
True.
All
It's
right.
just all the like shortness of it just leaves it up for so much manipulation.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, it's concerning.
All right, so God saw Abram, said he was cool. Don't fuck with Abram, or else you'll get it. And he told Abram, get out of there. So Abram departed, as the Lord had spoken unto him.
Oh wait, told him to get out of where? Babylon?
No, we left Babylon a long time ago.
Okay,
They're
I'm
in like
sorry.
they're like in Ur of the Chaldees,
Okay.
in the land of Canaan.
Okay. Sorry, I had spaced out at the beginning of this little section.
Don't blame you. Please don't space out on us, listeners.
At least they can hit the back button.
Yeah, 15 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 seconds.
I can't do that. Or
It's like, is
maybe
he
I
still
can.
saying the word begat? All right, so Abram got out of there, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, so his nephew, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran. I'm guessing that just means like the other people, right?
Slaves?
Oh, I don't know.
Why
Hope
would you
not.
call them souls?
It is weird. That's
Or
the
is
first
it-
instance of souls in the Bible.
Could it be
I just means
just followers?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just
Maybe.
other people.
That's just weird.
It's the first time souls mentioned, though.
Yeah.
Seems important. And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Sichem, unto the plain of Moreh. And the Canaanite was then in the land. All right, now they're Canaanites. And the Lord appeared unto Abram, and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent. Sorry, that's immature. Having Bethel on the west, and Hai on the east. And there he builded an altar unto the Lord, and he called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land. And Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai his wife, Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon.
Okay.
Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife?
My wife?
And they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. Say, I pray thee, that thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. And it came to pass, that when Abram was come into Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman, that she was very fair. He's got a hot wife.
Okay.
But
This is the barren wife, right?
oh, that's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she can't have kids.
And so now they're going to pretend to be brother or sister so people don't kill him out of jealousy.
Right.
Okay. Canaanites?
Canaanites. Yeah.
Canaanites? Wasn't Canaan a bad guy? Wasn't he going to have a curse on him?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why is Abram, who is one of God's favorites, going to be a Canaanite?
Yeah, I guess because he went to the land of Canaan and God said, hey, this is your land now. But then he left. Like, I don't know. Abram just keeps on moving.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
He's moved like several times.
Yeah. I just was confused about that part. 'Cause
Yeah, I mean, I guess he said that he went to the land of Canaan and God said, hey, he built an altar there and God said, hey, this is your land now. And then he left because
Yeah,
there was
but
a famine.
why? I'm just the Canaan part.
Yeah. I don't
Why is he
remember-
going to be?
What was the curse on Canaan?
I don't remember.
You want to look back and see?
Sure.
All right.
So I believe that God decided he was going to create a punishment
Mm-hmm.
and for Ham, and for some reason it was going to go to Canaan because nothing God does makes sense. He's got to keep everybody on their toes.
So Canaan, his curse was that he had to be a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. Remember, he made him a slave.
servant.
He had to
Yeah.
go be
That's
and
right.
serve his brothers,
That's right.
his uncles.
Okay.
All right, so that was that curse.
Doesn't explain why. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm glad we.
Why are they Canaanites?
I don't know.
Why did that become a thing?
I guess just 'cause that's just where he lived. So they called
Okay.
it the land of Canaan. And then
I
now that
just
they took
feel-
over, they're Canaanites.
I just feel like if it's going to be a major part of the story, it should be a major part of the story.
Yeah.
And you should explain why.
Sorry.
Okay.
No explanations
I'm not
here.
going to worry about it anymore. I'm just going to go with it. It's fine.
All right, so back to the story. Abraham's wife is super hot. The Egyptians are like, whoa, your wife's hot. He's like, that's not my wife, that's my sister. So wouldn't they just wouldn't that encourage them more?
Well, I guess it would keep them from killing Abram out of jealousy.
Well, it doesn't put his wife in any less danger.
No, it does not.
Unless he cares about Sarai very much.
I guess he figures she's going to be abused either way, so he better just look out for himself.
I guess so. The princes also of Pharaoh saw her and commended her before Pharaoh, and the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he entreated Abraham well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen, and he asses, and men servants, and maid servants, and she asses and camels. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. So Pharaoh treated them both really well and gave them a whole bunch of stuff. And God's like, oh, hell no. Curses. I'm like, did he take her for a wife?
I don't know.
Did he biblically know her? Like, why is God pissed off now?
I don't know.
And Pharaoh called Abram and said, what is this that thou hast done unto me? Why dost thou now tell me that she was thy wife? Why saidst thou, she is my sister, so I might have taken her to me to wife? Now therefore behold thy wife. Take her, and go thy way.
Okay, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He took her. He biblically knew her. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away, and his wife, and all that he had. And that is the end of chapter 12.
A lot has happened.
I guess so. Like, Abram's kind of the star of the show here.
Yeah.
That's a weird story, though. Like, what are they getting at? Like, why include this? Like, is this just, like, geopolitics? Like,
Yeah, so it
Is
took
that
us
the whole
from
point of
Babylon
this?
to now we're in Egypt.
Yeah.
And
went to Egypt, Pharaoh.
I guess we're laying down that adultery is bad.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that. I was thinking more of just like we're setting up the Egyptians to be like enemies for later.
Are they bad guys in this book?
I know that there'll be bad guys for Moses.
Okay.
Spoilers. All right. Oh, we got good stuff coming up. I just peeked ahead. All right. Oh, I can't wait for that. Okay. Chapter 13. And Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. They keep mentioning that Lot's with him. But they haven't told us anything about Lot. We just know Lot's this guy, and he's like, what's up, dude?
He's around a lot. He's one of those guys.
What's he
that's just
doing
around a
while
lot.
Sarai's getting banged by the Pharaoh?
He's probably just like, this is
Just
weird.
awkward, most awkward third wheel ever. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. Yeah, so Abram came out pretty well on all this.
Where'd he get all that?
The Pharaoh gave it
Oh,
to
yeah.
him.
Yeah, yeah.
Pharaoh's just like
Gave him stuff to like, here's your bribe. Get the hell out.
Yeah.
You're ruining my life.
Yeah. Now I got all these curses on me. I got all these plagues. And he went on his journeys from the south, even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Hai, unto the place of the altar which he had made there at the first. And there Abram called on the name of the Lord. And Lot also, which went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents. And the land was not able to bear them, and they might dwell together. For their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together. And there was a strife between the herdsmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle, and the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled then in the land. And Abram said unto Lot, Let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. For if thou depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Spoilers? Come on, even the Bible is spoiling a later story?
That might be the whole story. We don't know. That might be it. That might be all we get.
You're right. It might be. I don't think so, though. Oh, that's hysterical. Even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zoar. All right. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves the one from the other.
So why did he think that they weren't going to get along?
Because there just wasn't room. They both had just like way too much shit. Like my herdsmen are mixing up with your herdsmen. Like,
Okay,
we gotta get out of here.
Okay.
Which
I just envision them being in a very large space where they can grow out equally. I don't understand why there has to be worry about them mixing up in each other's business.
This is another instance. Like we mention this like every single episode where like the world is fully populated. Like this is like supposedly everybody died and we're just now getting back to humanity. Well, where the fuck did like all of Egypt and a pharaoh come from? Yeah. Obviously the whole world didn't flood. Everybody died. There's like a whole ancient civilization there.
Yeah.
Like with a whole different culture. Like Pharaoh's not fucking Goober's son. He's not a descendant of Gomer. There's no way.
There's a Gilbert in here. I'm going to lose it.
All right, let's get back to it. All right, Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent toward Sodom. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly. And the Lord said unto Abram after that Lot was separated from him, Lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art northward, and southward, and eastward and westward. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it, and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. Then Abram removed his tent, and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto the Lord. So Lot went to Sodom, and everybody's wicked in Sodom.
Okay, maybe that's why we were getting Lot so much, because
yeah,
gotta kind of set that story up a little bit.
Right, so he's a wicked sinner. He went to Sodom, but Abraham, God still loves him and says, look north, look south, look east, look west. Everything you see is yours. You're going to have tons and tons and tons of kids, generations, or whatever. Your people will be like the grains of sand or the dust or whatever.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting. All right, chapter 14. And it came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of nations, that these made war with Bera, king of Sodom, and with Birsha, king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Admah, and Shimebar, king of Ziboim, and the king of Bela, which is Zoar. All these were joined together in the vale of Siddim, which is the salt sea. 12 years they served Chedorlaomer. And in the 13th year they rebelled, and in the 14th year came Chedorlaomer and the kings that were with him, and smote the Rephaim, and Ashtaroth Karnaim, and the Zorzim, and in Ham, and the Emim in Shavah, Kiriathaim, and the Horites in their Mount Seir, unto El Paran, which is by the wilderness. And they returned, and they came to Enmish Pat, which is Kadesh, and smote all the country of the Amalekites, and also the Amorites, that dwelt in the Hazazon Tamar. And there went out the king of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, the same is Zoar. And they joined battle with them in the Vale of Siddim. So we got
a lot of kings.
Yeah, lots of kings, lots of fighting. They're all just like fucking going at it. War. Big time. With Chedorlaomer. Chedorlaomer.
Cheddar and ham.
Yeah. With Chedorlaomer, I can't say it. Chedorlaomer, the king of Elam, and with Tidal, king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arioch, king of Elasar, 4 kings with 5. So 4 kings versus 5 kings. Okay. And the Vale of Siddim was full of slime pits.
More slime. They don't call it mud. It's definitely
It's
mud.
slime pits. I mean, tar pits, maybe?
No, it's gotta be mud. They're having mud fights.
Yeah, it's war, so there's probably is mud and blood and, being, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
And the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled, and fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountain. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah, and all their victuals, and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped, and told Abram the Hebrew, for he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, and brother of Aner.
Okay, wait. So Lot left Sodom.
So Sodom and Gomorrah fled, I think, the kings, and they took all of the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their victuals, and they took Lot, all Lot's shit, and they ran away to the mountain.
Oh, Lot ran away with Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Either that or he was kidnapped. Can't tell. But somebody escaped, and they told Abram. And there were these 2 guys. There's Mamre, the Amorite, brother of Eshcol, the brother of Aner, and these were confederate with Abram. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, there we go.
Okay.
He was kidnapped by the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah, I think. He armed his trained servants, born in his own house 318, and pursued them unto Dan. I guess Dan is where they went. And he divided himself against them, he and his servants, by night, and smote them, and pursued them into Hobah, which is on the left hand of the Damascus. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and the women also, and the people. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him, at the valley of Shaveh, which is the king's dale. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. And he blessed him, and said, Blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth. And blessed be the Most High God, which hath delivered thine enemies into thy hand. And he gave him tithes of all. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, Give me the persons, and take the goods to thyself. So, I guess the king of Sodom and Gomorrah were kidnapped along with Lot. Because they're like, Abram, you're great. thank you for getting all your servants and come doing a sneak attack and saving everybody.
But then he just says, leave all the people and take all the goods.
Well, he's the king.
What is it?
I guess thanks for saving us. Now, this is still my stuff. It's all going to be my stuff. Well, no, give him the goods.
He gave him the goods and took all of his people, all of his servants.
Servants, yeah. All those Canaanites. And Abram said unto the king of Sodom, I have lift up mine hand unto the Lord, the Most High God, the possessor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a thread even to a shoe latchet. I don't know what a shoe latchet is.
I don't know.
And that I will
don't think
not
we use them anymore.
yeah. And they're like buckles. It's like shoe buckles. And that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich.
I think 1, 2, buckle my shoe goes all the way back to biblical time.
Yeah. But I guess he was giving him stuff. He wasn't taking his stuff. He's saying, "You here, like, I'm gonna keep all the people. They still serve me. I'm still the king. But here, take a bunch of stuff."
Do those people want to stay?
I don't think they have a choice. He's king.
I don't think that's right.
Yeah, I don't think freedom's been invented yet. Like, they're still pharaohs, and he's king. I don't know. Save only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men which went with me, Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, let them take their portion. So Abram's like, all right, these other guys, give them what you were going to give to me, divide it up. It's fine. I don't need all your stuff. I don't want to owe you anything.
Oh.
So that was pretty exciting. There was lots of fighting. 4
Yeah.
kings versus 5 kings, very Game of Thrones.
Sure.
What was
Didn't give us any details.
What was it called in Game of Thrones? The Clash of Kings, the Battle of 5 Kings, or something like that. There's King of the North.
Well, of course, there's the
Rob's-
Clash of King.
Yeah, I think it was like the Battle of 5 Kings or the War of 5 Kings, something like that.
Mm.
All right, we'll
been
do
so
Song of Ice and Fire after.
It's been so long, I don't remember. The Clash of 5 Kings sounds right.
Yeah, I think there was 5. I'm not gonna. All right. We got King of the North. We got Robb Stark. We got King of the Iron Islands. Theon? Didn't he claim himself king at that point, or was it his dad?
It was still his dad.
Okay,
thing.
he was king.
And then they had the whole sea
Joffrey.
thing.
That's 3. Oh, Baratheon.
Baratheon, yeah.
Yeah, and then
What about the tower?
Dornish.
Like they were really in it. The guy with the Twin Tower Bridge thing.
Did he claim himself king?
I think so.
Huh. I remember that. What was his name? Can't remember.
Frey.
Frey. Ah, you're good. Good job.
Didn't he claim himself king? Or he just wanted, no, maybe he didn't, because he just wanted one of his daughters to marry Rob. So maybe he didn't.
Maybe it was 4 kings.
Gosh. We'll have to,
Oh, Stannis.
yeah.
2 Baratheons.
But you already said Brett. Oh, Stannis and then
Renly.
Renly, yeah.
Cool.
Good
We
job.
did it. We did it. Good job, everybody.
Always.
All right, chapter 15. We're nearing the end. Stick with us. We got to finish up what happened to Abram. All right. After these things, the word of the Lord came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram. I am thy shield, and thy exceeding great reward. And Abram said, Lord God, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go childless? And the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus. And Abram said, Behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir. And behold, the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir.
Ew. What? That's not how it works.
He's gonna shit himself out a son. What?
That's so stupid.
What? I've never heard this
Mr.
before.
Hanky.
And Abram begat Mr. Hanky.
Oh my God.
And he brought him forth abroad and said, Look now toward heaven, and tell the stars if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be. And he believed in the Lord, and he counted it to him for righteousness. And he said unto him, I am the Lord that brought thee out of Ur of the Chaldees, to give thee this land to inherit it. And he said, Lord God, whereby shall I know that I shall inherit it? And he said unto him, Take me a heifer of 3 years old, and a she-goat of 3 years old, and a ram of 3 years old, and a turtle dove, and a young pigeon. It's like the Isle of Dr. Monroe now.
I don't know.
And he took unto him all these.
What are they going to do with these animals?
I'm about to tell you. And he divided them in the midst, and laid each piece one against another. But the birds divided he not. And when the fowls came down upon the carcasses, Abram drove them away. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. And lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age.
That makes no sense.
Okay, so he took a bunch of animals, chopped them all up, he arranged them out, but the birds wouldn't be divided for some reason. I guess they just fucking flew away.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck this stupid shit.
It's like the pigeon that just like flies and hops just enough.
Yeah. And he's like not letting the birds come down and pick at the carcasses.
Didn't they also get a pass with the ark?
Yeah, birds and the fishes were doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But then God just puts him to sleep. And he says, Don't worry. When you wake up, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. So, when you just know that your children or whatever are going to be strangers in a strange land.
Okay.
All right.
A case for adoption.
Yeah, just adopt. You don't need to like make a hodgepodge animal man.
Yeah. You can leave the animals alone. Just
I don't know what the fuck's
adopt.
happening with these animals. I have a feeling that they're going to be like a Frankenstein monster baby.
Oh.
I don't know. But in the 4th generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. And it came to pass that when the sun went down, and it was dark, behold, a smoking furnace and a burning lamp that passed between those pieces. In the same day the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying, Unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river, the river Euphrates, the Kenites and the Kenizzites, and the Cadmonites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Rephaim, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Girgashites, and the Jebusites. All right.
Well, where's his what? Where's his son?
I don't know. He's just saying that He gave him a bunch of land. He's like, everything's
Okay.
yours. He just keeps on telling Abraham, like, everything's yours. You're the greatest. When you
Is
have
he
kids,
telling
they're
his
gonna.
son is somewhere in one of these lands?
Oh, maybe. Is he gonna have to go like look for him?
There's no way anything that interesting happens in
I
this
hope he's
book.
in the land of the Girgashites. We'll find out what's up with them. Didn't he say he was gonna like have a Girgashite son? I'm gonna shite him out a son.
Don't know. Oh.
Stupid joke. All right. Last little bit. Let's do one last little bit here. I gotta find out what's happening with this child of his bowels.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Sarai, Abram's wife, bare him no children, and she had a handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. And Sarai said unto Abram, Behold now, the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go into my maid. Go in unto my maid. Jesus Christ. It may be that I may obtain children. We're just getting into like fucking wish fulfillment now. Where it's just like, oh, go fuck the maid. It's cool. Go in unto her. So stupid. And Abram hearkened to the voice of Sarai. He's like, okay. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Oh my God.
I mean, if I really didn't want to, but I mean, I guess if you say so.
Wait, but she was like, no worries that I can't give you. Just go to the maid. But that's not where the son's supposed to be. That's not what God said.
No, God said, child of your bowels.
I think this is going to be bad. I don't think God's going to like this.
Oh, he's going against God's wishes. He doesn't
Right?
trust God. He's like, oh, I'm gonna have a shit
this
baby.
is not what God said would happen.
No. Why the fuck? I'm still waiting for this freakish Dr. Moreau animal monster come around.
Okay, keep going.
And Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, after Abram had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband Abram to be his wife. And he went in unto Hagar, and she conceived. And when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. And Sarai said unto Abram, My wrong be upon thee. I have given my maid into thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. The Lord judge between me and thee. Okay, we got some jealousy.
Who got mad?
So Hagar, after she had a baby, just like said, fuck off, Sarai. I guess she was like, this is like total Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, oh, dude, this is cool. Hagar is like Sarai's handmaid. And then once she had the baby, she's like, no, you can't have my baby. It's my baby.
Right.
And she's like, no, I only let you sleep with Abram because it was going to be my baby.
Wow. Okay.
Great book, Handmaid's Tale.
Great book.
Love it.
Yes.
But Abram said unto Sarai, Behold, thy maid is in thy hand. Do to her as it pleaseth thee.
Oh. Oh.
This is total Handmaid's Tale.
Yes, it is.
And when Sarai dealt hardly with her, she
Sarai,
fled
Serena.
from her face. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good call. Yeah. All right, so she beat the shit out of...
Did she really?
Yeah, she dealt hardly with her.
Oh, yeah.
And then she fled from her face.
Wow. Wait, she fled hard from her face.
No, Sarai dealt hardly with her, so I think she just like was
Right.
mean to her.
Okay.
I don't know what she did. She probably beat the shit out of her. She was an Egyptian.
What's the next line?
Living in with the Canaanites. And then she fled from her face, so she ran away.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the angel of the Lord found her by a fountain of water in the wilderness, by the fountain in the way to Shur. And he said, Hagar, Sarai's maid, whence camest thou, and whither wilt thou go? And she said, I flee from the face of my mistress Sarai. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Return to thy mistress, and submit thyself under her hands. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, I will multiply thy seed exceedingly, that it shall not be numbered for multitude. All right. That seems to be like the big reward that everybody gets. That like, oh, you're gonna have lots of kids.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good thing back in the day. I don't know.
Well, back when you lose half of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they're saying like your kids will survive. You'll actually have a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shalt call his name Ishmael, because the Lord hath heard thy affliction.
What? She's already pregnant again?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing this is another one. Yeah, because she already
Has it already
conceived,
happened, or
right?
is he just telling
Yeah,
like?
this is a different son.
Yeah.
Ishmael. Call me Ishmael.
I've
Cool.
heard that.
Yeah. First line of Moby Dick. We'll get there.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Oh, this is gonna
This is the most interesting story so far.
true. I totally agree. Like, best story yet.
Yeah.
Chapter
There's
16.
drama. We're getting.
Yeah, we got jealousy, we got people, we got curses, we got pharaohs, we got sleeping with each other.
This is
There's
great.
sex,
This is great.
violence.
There's details.
Our Bible's getting good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. He'll have a kid. His name's going to be Ishmael. And he will be a wild man.
Uh-oh. What? What? No, never mind. I don't want him.
And he will be a wild man. His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him. And he shall dwell in the presence of all his brethren.
Okay.
Just, okay, thanks, I guess. Thank you, angel of the Lord. It's like, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll give you a kid. He's going to be a fucking badass. He's going to just be like karate kicking everybody. It's going to be total awesome. Total badass. Just like, thanks, I guess. And she called the name of the Lord that spake unto her, Thou God seest me. For she said, Have I also here looked after him that seeth me? I don't know. Wherefore the well was called Bir Lahairoi. Behold, it is between Kadesh and Bered. And Hagar bare Abram a son, and Abram called his son's name, which Hagar bare Ishmael. All right, the wild man.
All right. Wait, what was the first son's name? Or is this?
This must
Did
be
we
the
miss
same
it?
one. This must be
Okay,
the
this
same
must
one.
be the. Okay. I thought she already had him, but I guess, gosh, what's Serena's name?
Oh, Serai.
Serai. I guess Serai. Oh, dude, Serai beat her up while she was pregnant. Then
Yeah. I guess when it said
didn't
she
that happen in
conceived, that
Handmaid's
just-
Tale?
Oh yeah.
I think it did.
Yeah. Yeah. She's pregnant with baby Nicole. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was
I
an
think
inciting
she like
incident.
slapped
Yeah.
her and like knocked her down when she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hate Serena.
All right, so first baby Ishmael.
Yeah, but Sarai, yeah, just like Handmaid's Tale, like you gotta feel bad for Sarai too. I mean, she's being pimped out to fucking pharaohs and shit.
But like she started it.
With the pharaoh? No. This was
In
Abrams saying like, "Oh, you're back
In
to
Handmaid's
Handmaid's
Tale.
Tale."
Yeah. Serena was like the mastermind.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Which,
spoilers.
like,
Spoilers.
Sarai, she kind of did too. Like she was the one that was like, oh no,
No,
she
no,
didn't.
no.
No,
Abram
she
was
didn't.
like,
Abram
"Hey,
was the
no,
one who
you're
came
too
up with
hot.
the- yeah.
You're like way too smoking hot. You need to pretend to be my sister when we go in here, or they're just gonna kill me." And
Yeah. Oh, it was Sarai's idea to have her sleep with
yes,
the handmaid.
you're right. Yeah. Yeah.
Or the maid.
Yeah. Just call it handmaid. That's pretty much the same thing. And Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore Ishmael to Abraham. To Abram.
Wait, how much? What?
He's four score and 6 years old.
Okay. Gotta do math now.
Hey, what is the coincidence? Abram? Like Abraham Lincoln? And now he's talking 4 score? That's a pretty big coincidence.
That's a pretty big.
I mean, Abraham, not the exact same name, but they're both saying 4 score.
Weird.
Except he was 4 score 7 years ago. This was 4 score and 6 years old.
Man, what a bummer that didn't line up.
I know, what that would have been. I mean, Abraham Lincoln should have just fucking fudged it.
Yeah, nobody would have known.
4 score and 6 years ago.
That was a loss.
Our forefathers.
Or he should have acted 1 year earlier.
Yeah. Get your act together, Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, he should have freed the slaves a lot earlier.
1 year earlier.
A lot earlier. All right. So that is a great stopping point. Great story.
That was the best.
I was
that
really,
was great.
really scared at the beginning of this. I was not expecting more begats.
No, neither was I. It lost me for a minute, but that last chapter got me. I liked it.
This
That
is
was
like
good.
what is happening now. Like, we come in all excited for Cain and Abel. It's like 2 sentences, nothing happens. And same thing here. Tower of Babel. Oh, bro, can't wait. Tower of Babel. Like, why aren't people talking about Abram? Fuck the Tower of Babel.
I feel like Abram comes up a lot.
Abraham does. But that's a different person.
I thought it was the same person at first. Yeah, but I guess it is a different person. Yeah. Well, that was it.
I mean, that was good.
That was good.
That was a good one. Like that one. All right. Well,
I mean, horrible story, but at least
I mean, horrible for the women, but it seems to be the.
at least it had a plot that was more than 2 sentences. I liked it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Stuff happening. We're starting to get characters.
Yeah.
Like real characters, not
And-
just names.
We gonna find out like where that goes? God gonna get mad? No, God was fine with it, or the angel was fine with it.
Yeah, they said go back to Abram. Go back and have your kid. Go back to Serai. Just be a handmaid forever. Whatever. It's not about you. We don't care about you. We want Ishmael.
We want the babies. Yeah.
They said, don't worry. He'll be a badass. He's gonna be a wild man. I like that. We got lots of slime. We got wild men. We got fucking Gomer. Gomer and MASH. We got lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
Love it. All right.
Pretty good.
Well, go ahead and close the Holy Bible. Look once again upon watercolor Jesus. Send us emails, BibleDumbPodcast@gmail.com. And that's it.
Getting less dumb.
Less dumb every time. For sure. All right. Bye, Bible Dummies.